Hello, my name is Loretta Gober, and I would like to briefly give a description pertaining to an action plan being proposed. This particular action plan focuses on the effects of student achievement based on small group instruction. I, Loretta Gober, had 18 students who were kindergartners this past school year. Each student completed an assessment entitled NWEA. The NWEA assessments were administered both in the fall, which was in the month of September, and in the winter, which was in the month of January. After each student completed the fall NWEA assessment, the results were given to instructors to analyze. Now, with that being said, throughout this presentation, I will explain data and share the instructions and how the instructor will present and explain class results as the action plan is unfolded. First, allow me to remind readers and audiences the research proposal, the vision, the target, the theory of action, and the action plan itself. The vision includes all students empowered to learn, retain, and utilize various literacy skills throughout his or her lifetime. The target consists of leading small group instruction based on similar needs of students. The theory of action consists of consistently organizing and implementing levelized small group instruction, student learning, as well as engagement. Lastly, the action plan is for students' literacy performance in all areas become increased and enhanced based upon small group instruction. Now, I would like to present an overview of the data used to create my action plan. Remember, I said after the fall NWEA assessment was administered and completed by my 18 students, I put together a graphic organizer known as a Venn diagram to explain the data. This shows, and when I mean by this shows, I mean by A different, consists of students whose scores increased between fall and winter RIT scores assessments. Here in the middle talks about students whose RIT scores stayed the same. It was one student. Then B different discusses and tells instructors about students whose RIT scores lowered between fall and winter assessments. Well, to me, that is a problem. Now, this particular Venn diagram information is important to remember because it will be used to create an action plan for overall student literacy learned, retained, utilized, and assessed in all areas of literacy. According to the data located on this Venn diagram, an action plan must be created, and it was created. An action plan is needed in order for more than 56% of students' scores increasing. More so, we would like at least 80% of our students' scores increasing between fall and winter assessments, as well as the winter and spring assessments. Now, how could this be possible? Well, let me introduce you to stakeholders. The action plan is created for stakeholders such as teachers, administrators, support staff, and the task that should be completed throughout the months of January through May. The action plan created is considered the response to intervention. Referring back to this, 56% of students scored higher grit scores between fall and winter. Well, with these put in place, and what I mean by these tiers, which is 3, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, in red explains all of the things need to be done in order for the action plan to occur. All stakeholders, which are teachers, administrators, and support staff, are encouraged to follow the RIT expectations throughout the months of January through May. When done so, expected positive outcomes and benefits may be witnessed to the stakeholders, school, and school district if the plan is taken into consideration and implemented. A few examples of outcomes and benefits based upon completing the RIT assessment piece consist of better teaching methods and or strategies implemented, improved school environment, and increased scores on all state mandated tests. Remember, levelized small groups are based upon similar needs as well as stakeholders completing his or her assigned task. With this being done, this can allow the action plan to be successful and rewarding regardless of socioeconomic status. Lastly, the action plan measures of success will determine the results and the scores from December to May assessments. As we know, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, my students were not allowed to take the NWA testing between the winter and spring assessments. So therefore, starting next year, the following school year, I plan to propose this presentation to my colleagues, administrators, and support staff. And it is my goal and of excitement to start from the beginning of the year to the end of the year of this action research plan and see the positive results.